I'm Randy Peterson, and this is my story. I grew up in a divorced house. I was raised by my father. I was a good kid. Always stayed out of trouble. Raising 3 boys on his own. He had enough stress, and I didn't want to contribute to it. God has always been kind of like a neighbor. I know of him. I say hi to him. I talk to him every once in a while. But I didn't have that connection to him like a true friend. It went into my 20s where I was out doing a lot of drinking, going out with my friends, and not living the best life. I became a police officer, and then I met my wife, and things started changing. She knew Jesus. She loved him. She talked about him. We talked about it. We had our kids, and we had trouble having kids. I tell you, I had a couple miscarriages, and just really struggled having kids. We wanted a family. January 18th, my son Ethan was born, and it was amazing. He was a miracle baby. After numerous medical tests and stuff, the doctor said, "I don't know how you ever had a baby. God allowed us to have this baby." We were able to have our daughter Sydney. By the grace of God, we had her, and she definitely completed us. In 2005, I became a full-time police officer with a local agency, and it was awesome. You know, I got to drive fast and help people, and but with that also comes a lot of sadness and a lot of hurt. Those of us that are first responders, we see the worst in people. We see death, we see violence, and then we're supposed to kind of shut that off. But we're human. We're just like anyone else. And it takes a toll on us. And over the years, it's starting to harden me. November 2nd, 2016, I get a call in the middle of the night and get informed that a fellow officer of mine is ambushed and murdered. You took a young officer that's just starting his career, just starting his life, and you took his life. And during this ordeal, his family, or a Christian family, and they were forgiving him. They were forgiving the man that shot and killed their son. And I couldn't understand how. And as a hardened cop, it was difficult to watch. I'm like, these people are crazy. Why would they show grace to this guy? I was getting bitter and bitter as the days went by. I was getting hardened. And there was a point where it's like, I need Jesus. I had really good friends that went to a local church here, and they invited us to church. It was crazy because the church made us feel welcome. They knew our names. They greeted us and smiled. One pastor and asked if he could come and visit with us. And we said, yeah, sure, absolutely. He came and asked us, are you going to heaven? And Taylor, I look at each other like, well, I think so. We're good people. We don't go out and murder people. We don't go robbing people. And we get told, well, what if I showed you scriptures in there that guarantees you a life with Jesus Christ? And on January 13th, 2022, sitting at my dinner table with my wife next to me, pastor across from me, I accepted Jesus Christ. Doing so was the greatest thing ever. As soon as I called out to him, it was like an instant weight lifted off my shoulders. It was kind of funny and ironic. I was ugly crying, way worse than this, at the table. And my daughter comes up to me and she says, "Daddy, he's gonna be okay." Little does she know how okay I was going to be. That night has changed me forever. I started reading the Bible. I've learned a lot. There's still a whole lot I still got to learn. Like everyone else, I'm a sinner. I've said bad things. I've done bad things. I've thought bad things. You know, he's always there loving for us. He died on the cross for our sins. And when I called out to Jesus, he took all the sins from me. He forgave me. He loved me. And it was an amazing, amazing feeling knowing that I have God, I have Jesus on my side, and that he loves me even though I'm not deserving of it. I wish I would have found Jesus a lot sooner. I think it would help me deal with things a lot better and not carry that burden. And that's why it's so important to find Jesus, because Jesus will help you.